Leslie, the most beautiful lady in the city of American Ford.
I love that.
You are beautiful, Leslie.
Thank you.
First, there were tea parties. Well, okay, sorry. I missed the for Leslie. Okay, sorry guys. That was a psych double clutch me on that one. For Leslie, first there were tea parties, dress up, and baby dolls, dating, falling in love, and wedding bells, making a house a home, and birthing babies, baseball bats, soccer balls, and scout outings, dating, prom, graduations, mistakes, and missions, and then...
Seven.
5 to 7?
5 to 7 minutes.
Standard?
Yep. And then, how many of you have ever found that your goal didn't go deep enough or far enough? And was that disturbing to you when you found that out? What did you do to change it? Anybody have any impressions there? What did you do to change it when you found out that your goal didn't go deep enough or far enough? Well, let me tell you my story, then we'll ask you again. One day, I woke up in 1994. I put my hands to my face and go, everybody's gone, now what? Thought back on the fact that I did start at a very young age, and my total goal in life was to be a wife and a mommy. A great mommy. That was my goal. Well, this isn't the only goal I had, of course. I had to get there, but I was the best little mommy to my dollies. And I was the best little wife and housekeeper cleaning my little house. This was in the 50s, so this was, where goals tend to go, for a young little girl at that time. But I did go to school. I did pick up all my favorite things. I got good grades. I was happy. I had siblings. I had my mom and dad, my friends, high school. I moved, and then I had to make more friends, and life was rosy. But that goal, always in the back of my head, I want to be a wife and mommy. Didn't think too much beyond that. I think even when I started college, it was just only a temporary thing until I got to that epitome of bliss in the first year. Okay, so it happened. I got married 1966, sorry. Graduated in 1965, was engaged right after graduation when I was 17 years old. Oh, but I didn't marry him. I waited till I was 18, met my husband, and then I got married, and that was July 23rd, 1966. So, don't take out your calculators. 1966, today's 2018, that makes it 52 and a half years ago. And then you add 18, because I was 18 years old, so that equals 70 and a half. But who's counting the half? So, there I was, raising my kid, loving every moment of it. I went beyond parenting my own kids. I had foster children. I had foreign exchange students from Japan and Germany. German? Yes. Japan and Germany. And we had great fun. I also was the neighborhood cool Kool-Aid house. You know, all the kids wanted to hang at my house. So I love this parenting. So we went through soccer, we went through baseball, we went through football, we went through scouting. I raised 3 sons. It took my husband a long time to let me have that baby. I remember 4 years. For 4 years after we were married, I would walk around my husband and I would go, I want a baby, and give these little sad puppy dog eyes. But we finally got a house and we filled it with our 3 sons. And it was a wonderful time. But then that horrible day in 1994 when the last kid left for his life. And I was like, now what? Why do I talk to you about this? Because most of you are still young enough to do something about it, and some of you identify with me. And you know what it's like to have to plan ahead, because you do have to plan ahead. So this is how to fill your empty nest. How to plan ahead for your empty nest. And look, can you just pass those on there? Okay, it says, all of a sudden the nest is empty, the birds have gone, and what had been a constant blur of activity is now nothing more than a few discarded feathers. Silence makes us all, mutes all that was colorful, and it's time to reestablish our significant place in this ever-changing world. That was devastating to me. I didn't know what to do. I never, ever planned beyond those kids. And guess what? They were in my life for the maximum, in my house, let's say, in my nest, for the maximum of 22 years. And it's been 24 years since the last one left. So you do have plenty of time after the kids. I found that it's a lot, having a mother have an empty nest is a lot like a man losing his job after being in it for many years. It's tough. And so I had to learn to rediscover myself. So this is plan ahead. Know yourself and your passions. Make time to develop interests and hobbies while raising your kids. Don't wait. I had a psychologist ask me, what is Leslie about? And I said, I'm a wife and a mother. No. What is Leslie about? What do you like? I like soccer games and scout outings. And no, describe yourself without using anything attached to your husband and your children. I will tell you, it took me 2.5 years to be able to answer that. And so finally I did. Stay connected to your spouse. Don't put all your eggs in your kids' baskets. Save some for your sweetheart. Plan things. Recognizing you're always a parent is just a changing role. I tell my kids all the time, I'm advisory council, and I claim that right to be advisory council. I use it lightly. I don't use it often, but when they know I'm giving advice, they know that I have the right to do that. Set your goals in advance for a second career, maybe go back to school, retirement, and grandchildren. Then it starts all over again. Don't let yourself be like me and end up someday going, I'm home alone!
Now I got that reference. Good job.